Hey, Raven the Blackbird, how you doing, buddy? I'm not well, maybe a few seconds. Few seconds, maybe. Oh, I'm watching one of my own ads. How you doing there, Raven? Hmm. Doing there, Raven. The audio's coming in quite well. That's good. Got a nice little coffee stream going there. So what's new? How's life treating you, my friend? Good. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing okay for the most part. I'm working on a couple of things. I want to reposition my microphone to be overhead instead of over here because it's very restricting because the cord is like maxed out because the computer's way over there and I got to wrap it around to have it where it was. So I gotta work on that. I gotta work on microphone placement, and I've got some ideas for a future live stream that I'm hoping you guys will enjoy. WTF Mike, good to see you. Thumbs up and a high five for Raven the Blackbird. Thumbs up and a high five for WTF Mike. And thumbs up and a high five for the wonderful, the awesome Destination Chronicles. It's good to see you. How is everybody's weekend going thus far? Hopefully you've got your coffee. Coffee. You got your coffee. I got my, I guess in today's world, controversial coffee cup. You're quite welcome, Destination Chronicles. See, I'm a good schmoozer. But no, I meant what I said. I'm just saying. I meant what I said. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Ralph, how you doing, brother? Thumbs up and a high five. I love seeing my scrapping buddies pop on in. And yes. Yeah, see, I've got one. Crappy bad storms last night and a small blizzard. Jeez, man, it's spring for crying out loud, right? But then again, based on where you are in the country, yeah. Hey, let me show you. So yeah, I've got one of these jobbies here, you know, that I'm planning on. I had it before I just decided to put the mic on the desk. So I'm thinking about using this again and making something makeshift on the back of the desk so that this will come up and over the top. So the microphone will just be kind of hanging there. And that way it's closer. You know what I mean? I can move it away or pull it closer as needed for narration or live streams or whatever. I think that would be kind of cool. We had to close down the ski lodge because of lack of snow. Oh, God. Then it snowed? Telling you. Murphy's Law, man. Murphy's Law. yeah. It's what. Can I talk to Johnny Five's alive? Johnny Five needs to go to the doctor because it's been like this for over 4 hours. It's like a boom mic arm is basically what it is. And I did use this for a time with my old desk, but when I switched to the new desk, it's got tapered ends so that like the clamps can't get, like I can't get the clamp in there. So I'm thinking about making like a special box or something to be able to mount it on the back so that it will, you know, hang like this. Anyway, yeah. Johnny Five alive. Oh boy, jittery. How's the quality of the stream? StreamYards doesn't like. I think StreamYards doesn't like Starlink for some reason. But any other carrier, any other service seems to work just fine. Like OBS seems to work just fine when I'm live streaming, which is really weird. I don't know. It could be software. It could be like encryption or encoding or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I figured I froze for a second. But it's all good. Hey, Bradley Whitworth's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up and a high five. Oh, good to see you. What's up, Gil? I went out to Home Depot this morning. Mulch, 5 for $10. Did you mean mulch? Did you mean mulch? Are you buying mulch, good sir? This is the time of year when you want to really spruce up your front yard and your bushes and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I just paid half of the cost for the roof replacement that I'm getting. I handed the contractor $5,000 a couple of days ago. Ooh. Yeah. So he's got all his tools here, and he's going to start not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. Yeah, and I've got a truck coming, and I'm going to be putting money on that. It's going to be all sorts of fun. So money's going to be tight for a while. Anyways, Mike, what's going on there, brother? Oh, that's the good stuff right there. Good to see you. Hopefully, you all got your coffee or your beverage, or if you're choosing, hopefully it's a coffee or a tea, or I don't even care if it's a water, that's fine. Yes, mulch, damn spell check. I do it. I do it like all the time. And my job entails like emailing back and forth between my company and like LTL carriers, like large parcel carriers. And I got to spell check all the time. Yep. There was one time when I almost sent an email, and instead of putting the word please sweep your dock, I almost said please sweep your dick, which would have been really bad. What a faux pas too. On the other end, I've received emails from said carriers, and one of them, they must have did a typo or pushed the button one too many times, because instead of calling me Bob, they called me Boob. So it's like, hey, Boob. Yeah, exactly. It's very unprofessional to sweep your dick, but if but yeah, typos can be really bad depending on what word you typo, right? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on. I apologize. And if it gets worse, I might just hop onto my OBS. I was hoping to hang out with some folks in a little bit too. I'm not going to be on too long, probably about an hour or so. Purple Tube, much love to you, Purple Tube. Thumbs up and a high five. Hopefully you're starting to see some warmer weather where you are, so you can get out and start doing some awesome live streams by that awesome little mini creek you got going on there. You got like a little mini waterfall. It's been good on my side. Well, that's good. This is why I use Zoom. Zoom is, I don't know, is Zoom better that way? Because I honestly don't know. I mean, Starlink is fantastic. I mean, the ping is like a regular DSL connection. I mean, it's fantastic. I don't get no service interruptions because I got a clear view of the sky and all that stuff. And the speeds are phenomenal. So I don't think it's that. I don't know. I just don't know. But maybe I'll try Zoom and see if that makes a difference. No, I am not upgrading my Starlink. There is no way in hell I'm doing that. For for the Starlink, see, there's regular Starlink, and then there's this business package that they're trying to launch. And that business package, they want like 5 times the amount of money upfront and monthly. And they're only guaranteeing up to like 500 megabits per second with that. And I'm not going to pay $500 a month for comparable speeds. Like my speeds may go up 100 or 200 megabits per second, but no, I'm not going to do that. No, it ain't happening. And if you're talking about equipment, Dishy, like the first generation Dishy is doing just as good, if not better, than the second generation Dishy, which is the square one. Let's see. Zoom is far less taxing. Look at Canadian Drone Hub even before he got high speed. That is true. That is really true. Another part of it too, I'm honestly wondering if it's my computer, because my computer's on its way. I don't think it's on its way out. I think it's just severely antiquated. Like I'm using a DDR3 motherboard with DDR3 RAM and a 16 gigabytes worth of RAM in it. It can go up to 64, but I can't find 16 gigabyte DDR3 RAM sticks to fill the 4 slots so that I can get a full 64. I might just have to, up it to 32 and see if that helps at all, or just maybe buy a new computer. I don't know. Very indecisive, but I've noticed the computer really hangs up. The beaver. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. The beavers keep damming up my waterfall every night. It's a pain, hold on. Let me emphasize this real quick. It's a pain in the ass to keep cleaning it out. I completely understand. Gail, you may need to buy a new PC. I think you're right. At some point, I definitely do need to join the 21st century and get a new PC. This was kind of a stopgap. Like my old computer crapped out, and I needed something. And it was the first and only time I put out a GoFundMe. Actually, Moose Scrapper put out the GoFundMe for a new computer. But we got enough for me to get a used gaming computer from some kid that was in college up this way. And that's what I've been using since. Yeah, DDR3. What is this? 2005? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's worked. It's worked for the most part up until fairly recently. And then I've noticed that it does hang up quite a bit. It is slow. The software that I use to edit my videos, Filmora, isn't really super taxing on a computer, and I'm noticing that's starting to get slow too. Keaton, the cool guy, what's going on? Thumbs up and a high five. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. I hope you have a beverage of your choosing. This is a coffee stream, so coffee's preferred, but if you like tea or water or whiskey or beer, that's up to you. Whatever you want. All right. Everything works until it don't. Exactly. All right. Let's see. Bradley wants to tell us a funny story. I want to tell you a funny story. I went to the hospital Tuesday and I had a truck and trailer waiting for my pot and an ambulance on the right. Let's just say I had to pay a new. Wait. All right, I got to read this over again. I want to tell you a funny story. I went to the hospital Tuesday. I had a truck and trailer waiting for my pot, an ambulance on my right. Let's just say I had to pay for a new front of the ambulance. Oh God. Oh, that's awful. I don't know if that's a funny story. I mean, geez. Ouch. Well, hopefully everybody was okay. So far, so good, Keaton. I'm not looking forward to this afternoon. I'm not going to lie. After I get off this live stream, I might even film it for the Skillz channel, but I got to head over to one of the RV places that I pick up scrap from. They have a whole ton of scrap. They just got a new owner. They were bought out. They got a brand new owner, and that owner is cleaning house. I mean, it's just going through the entire warehouse and getting rid of whatever they don't want. And yeah, it could be a really nice payday for me. So I think I'm going to film if they'll allow it. And if you guys would like to see something like that, I think it would be pretty cool. And then after that, I got to come back. I got to offload all the scrap. And then my daughter, she just got back from being on a cruise. She went to Bermuda with her friend and whatnot. Miss Canadian Scrapper, hello. Thumbs up and a high five. Harold World, hey, I missed you, bro. I hope all's well, my friend. Yeah, exactly. What funny story starts with I went to the hospital? But anyway, once I offload the scrap and everything, my daughter, she went on a cruise and she just got back yesterday. And me and my wife wanted to surprise her, and her car didn't pass inspection, so she was really bummed about that. So while she was away, me and Melissa ordered her 4 brand new tires. We got a wheel bearing assembly for her car, and I'm going to put the wheel bearing assembly on this weekend. We're going to get the tires put on, probably from Sam's Club or whatever. And we wanted to surprise her, so we did. So I'll be working on that too. I'll be replacing a wheel bearing assembly. Fun, right? But that's more scrap for me because the old wheel bearing assemblies, you know, that's pretty heavy. That's auto cast, right? So there. So I hope you're doing well, Miss Canadian Scrapper. Hope life's treating you well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the payday today because last time I went, holy guacamole, man. We got a ton of stuff. And I filmed it when I got back, and I apologize. The lighting was bad and it was a quick thing. I just wanted to slap up on the channel real quick. Flow back. Oh my goodness. It's been a minute. Thumbs up and a high five. Psh, great to see you and welcome. Hope things are going well. Good morning, Starshine. John Wild says hello. Equal guys, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Instead of hitting a 30-foot trailer, I hit an ambulance. Oh. Trying. Oh, I don't know. Is that a trade-off? Just trying to make this boat float. Same old, really, Gilskis. I hear you, man. I hear you. And if you ever want to talk, you ever want to shoot shit, you know where to find me. You know where to find me. You can reach out anytime. Had to switch out. Hey, well, I hope you're hitting the like button on each one of these accounts, John. It would be wonderful if you did. The more likes, the better. Because the YouTube algorithm really hates, I don't want to say hate, that's a strong word, but it doesn't like my live channel for some reason. I'm doing well, Flowback, you know, life is good, getting things done. I really can't complain in all truth because I'm healthy, I got a good job, you know, I got a fairly substantial raise recently, so now my income is more aligned with what I'm doing. Which enables me to get a truck and, you know, get certain things that I want to do in life at this stage of my life. So, yeah. Sorry, I keep talking about myself there. My apologies. Let's see. Oh, Junior A-Cat's in the house. Thumbs up and a high five. Oh, by the way, Junior A-Cat, I did just finish filming the video about the radiator. So I got to edit that up and get that up as well. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Hold on. I don't know what tools you got, Bob, but do you got an axle nut socket for that job? Yes. It is a, I think it's a 30 millimeter socket. And I've got an impact wrench that I use, that I'm going to use. hopefully to make life a lot easier. But yes, I do. I do. And thankfully, the wheel bearing assembly comes with a replacement nut, because those nuts, you have to put a little indent in them so that they don't, unscrew, and half your your tire and half your suspension system doesn't fall off your car while you're going down the highway. So they give you a replacement nut, so that's good. Of course I hit the like. Come on now. I hit the like for you, and I hit the like for your beard. Okay, well, that's wonderful. I think the beard deserves a like all by itself. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Had to pay for a new headlight, grill, and bumper, and then I had to pay for new taillights and bumper. Ugh. That reminds me, I got to get a couple of bulbs for Katie too. That's another reason she didn't pass inspection, because one of her lights were out. Thank you for that, Bradley. I appreciate that very much. I am drinking coffee and talking in the chat. Right on. Coffee. Chat. It is a coffee chat. And I am so glad to see you, Flowback. It has been way too long since I've seen you, my friend. Let's see. Jeez. John! Yes, welcome. First off, welcome, Diamond R5. Great to see you. I'm sorry. I forgot. But, me in my brain, I'm like, you know what? I want to give R5, I want to give you the opportunity to come up and we can do like a co-host type of thing. So yeah, that's where my head was at. My apologies. Good vibes. Let's see. I used to get on people you can't see in ambulance because I got hit multiple times. I used to drive between an ambulance and fire truck for 34 years. Wow. The new ones are lock nuts, but make sure you torque it right or the bearing will fail prematurely. Yes. Yeah, I've got a torque wrench too. So yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. B-Lady. Oh my gosh, look at that. B-Lady. Oh, thumbs up and a high five to you. It's good to see you as well. Mickey Mouse, as a resident of Orlando, Florida, I am sick of it. The House of Mouse has gone, I don't want to get too political and I don't want to upset or offend anybody, but the House of Mouse recently has gone very woke, and they are paying the price right now because Florida basically took away all their special privileges. So they got grounded pretty much. So Florida says, oh yeah, you're going to be naughty. You're gonna be all woke and try to go against us. We're grounding your ass. So yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. We'll see if they backpedal on it. Everybody and their grandmother wants to appeal to like the LGBT communities and the non-binary folks and all that stuff. And I mean, I don't have a problem with I don't have any prejudice toward anyone. I don't care what they identify as. I don't care how they dress. I don't care what their race is. I don't care about any of that. I just care about you as a human being and how you treat other human beings. You know what I mean? That's what matters most to me. And that's what I love about people. But it seems like nowadays everybody and their grandmother is trying to it's trying to push the stuff into everyone's lives. And I know part of it is for acceptance, but acceptance, it's complicated. It's just complicated. I just wish people would accept people for who they are so we could all enjoy our lives, without needing to promote that sort of thing, if that makes any sense at all. I mean, like I said, I don't mean to offend anybody by that. I harbor no prejudice toward anybody. I don't like. There's a form of prejudice out there which makes certain people in certain communities kind of fight back and fight for the rights of certain things, and I understand that. I really do understand that. I just wish we were more enlightened as a species to just be more accepting. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, guys? In all honesty, help me out here. Am I making any sense at all, or am I just being an ignoramus? All right, let's see. Just ask, don't tell. Hey, Coach CJ, what's going on, Coach CJ? Hold on just a second here. Got to highlight Coach CJ. What's going on? Thumbs up and a high five. Psh. I'm not going to Disney anymore. Just saying. See, Gil, Chatters, and Lurker. Hey, Tales of the Solstice is in the house. What's going on, Tales? Thumbs up and a high five. Psh. When do you ever make sense? Oh my gosh. I suppose you're right. I mean, in all honesty. I don't know. We started talking about Disney and how they had made certain changes. Like, for instance, they don't talk about gender anymore. Like, when they make announcements and they talk to the crowd and stuff, they have said, we no longer say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's welcome dreamers of all ages or something along those lines. And Florida has this, had passed this mandate where I guess teachers cannot talk about like non-binary and like LGBT stuff and that kind of stuff. Like they don't want to subject children under like third grade or under to that kind of like talk just yet. You know what I mean? So Disney lashed out at that, saying they're going to fight it. They're going to try to overrule it and, trying to act like a legislative power. And the state of Florida has given Disney World a lot of slack with taxes, and they basically have been a self-governing body for themselves for the last 50 years or so. And well, anyway, the state of Florida fought back on that. They're like, well, if you're going to be like that, we're going to take away all your special privileges, and you're going to have to start paying taxes just like the rest of us in Florida. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm going to Disney. I freaking love Disney. Hold on just a second here. I got to go through these. I identify as a rock or stump or log. The only unfortunate thing about the whole Disney thing is how us residents of Orange County are going to have to pick up the tab. That is the sucky part. And you know damn well that Disney isn't going to incur those costs themselves. They're going to pay their taxes. I'm sure they're going to follow suit and do what the state of Florida needs them to. But they're going to end up passing that along to the consumer, to people that come to Disney, So, and that's the sucky part. That's the sucky truth about it all, really. It's like, oh, well, you're going to do this to us. We're just going to, pass this down. Shit rolls downhill. We're just going to roll it down to our customers. See, I don't care if you're queer, but you're not going to the bathroom behind my daughter. Well, yeah, I mean, that's like a whole, yeah, that's a whole separate other thing. And you know what I mean? I agree. There needs to be some house rules with some of this stuff. That is certainly true. I mean, and just because there needs to be some house rules with some of this stuff doesn't necessarily mean that they're discriminating, or I don't know. I guess it's all in how it's interpreted. but this is the way I interpret it. I just wish that, like I said, we as a society were a lot more tolerant, and we were a lot more accepting, and we were able to work these sort of things out a lot better than we do. You know what I mean? That's all. You know what I mean? So B-Lady says, I enjoyed the trial of Mr. Pirate Man way though. I agree. I mean, there's memes. There's like gifs of him answering questions from this really, really bad attorney that just kept asking him stupid questions. And he just basically called him out on it. I thought it was funny. Oh, good gracious, like roller coasters. Let's see. Kidding, brother. You got sense, but I got more. Yeah, well, there's, I'm not the brightest tool in, bulb and the fleet of student. And yeah, see? I can't even finish my sentence, Bradley. Okay. Let's see exactly. It's going to cost how much Carnival? Yeah, it will. It will. I'm trying to catch up on chat because like we just talked about something controversial and borderline political and stuff. So never lose exactly what sort of just chilling out today. Sounds like Disney and legislatures are trying too hard to seem less offensive to Karens and other communities. Tails, I think that's just it. I mean, I think that is I think that's a great point because what's happening is though those companies and whatnot, they're trying to be more considerate, but at the same time, they're affecting and offending their main base, of people. You know what I mean? It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, Yes, it's going to cost a lot. And they're already talking about raising our property taxes. That sucks. That really sucks. I invite anyone to come to Orlando and enjoy Universal Studios. Much better place to party and much better place to be, and it's cheaper. Yeah. It makes you glad that you live in the frozen tundra. Yeah, the taxes, they're probably pretty cheap, huh? I would imagine. Jeez. Hey, hunting stuff with JJ. How's it going, brother? Thumbs up and a high five. Psh, great to see you. How is life treating you, man? It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Disney don't want me to go ham. I got trespassed last time I went. Oh my goodness. Jeez, Bradley. Been standing at the bottom of the hill for years, refreshing to have all that crap hit in the face from time to time. Skillz, it's more, let's see, hold on. It's more than passing it down. Right now, Disney pays for all its own services, which will now be the responsibility of the county. Yeah, that does suck. I'm absolutely convinced that the songs like It's a Small World Inside these rides are meant to brainwash you and turn you into walking Disney zombies. Jeez. Can you say hi to my friends because they are at my room to say hi? Well, Keaton the cool guy. Hello, Keaton the cool guy friends. It's good to see you. You get a thumbs up and a high five. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Hey, Crazy Ann's in the house. Mwah. Much love to you. Thumbs up and a high five. Yeah. I'm not saying that because I used to work for Universal Studios as a performer. I'm saying that because Universal Studios is just that cool. Well, it's a great, I mean, that just gives you more credence, John, that it's a great place. Damn, public keeps finding me. I know, right? What the hell? Yeah, small world can turn anyone into a zombie. Well, that's right. You know, you're more susceptible to hand over your wallet. On another note, some critter got on my truck's hood and chewed up the wires to my alternator. Holy crap, that's not good. The alternator shorted out, and I picked her up today, going to get a cover for her. Probably a good idea. Holy crap, that is not good. I step out for a second, and the conversation turns to, you blink and you'll miss it. It's like going through Rhode Island. You'll blink. If you blink, you'll miss it. All right. Let's say this party started, but Crystal from R5 isn't here. Hey, send 1,000. Much love to you. Thumbs up and a high five. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. R5 couldn't be here today. She was certainly invited, but she is at her daughter's tournament, and I wish Autumn the very best of luck today. And much love to the entire Rowe family. Yes. It is good to see you, sent 1,000. I think I'm at the bottom of the chat. Holy crap. Eric Garcia, what's going on? Thumbs up and a high five. Just like that. Let's see. I know it's crazy here. It's Kentucky Derby Festival in the next 2 weeks. Third largest fireworks display will go off tonight. Sweet. Crazy, but sweet. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hope everybody's got their coffee, and they're enjoying their weekend thus far. Myself, I'm going to be going to get a ton of scrap after this, and then after I get the scrap and bring it back and offload it, I will be replacing the wheel bearing assembly in my daughter's car. Driver's side front. Gotta love it. Yep. All right. Well, I guess I'll open it up at this point. Probably for the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so. We'll invite a few people up. If you guys want to come up, say hello. Here we go. Put the StreamYard thingy-mabobber in there. You know, anybody who wants to come up and, you know, give us their 2 cents and say hello and how are you, you're more than welcome. Just make sure you have your coffee at the ready to that's your payment to come in. You got to show me that you got a coffee in hand, okay? All right, there we go. So, don't know if Universal Studios was crazy for hiring me, but they did. And it went down in the annals of history at Universal Studios. John Wild, new trainees learn what not to do because of me. Ooh, very cool. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Gil, are you sure you want to go from PG-13 to XXX rating? No, I don't want to do that right now. I'm good. That's what I'm talking about. Miniature. Wait. A miniature cow? Guess what? I must have the hubby talked into a miniature cow. I will get 2. My family all went gaga over them. Do they produce milk? Can you get milk from them? That would be really, really cool. So do you get like mini milks? I don't know. I'm stretching here at this point. Mini cows, mini milk. I don't know. Scrap together. What's going on, my friend? Thumbs up and a high five. Oh yeah. Make cans flat Saturday here. Yes, scrapping together. Rock on. That is awesome. I love seeing my scrapping buddies. Too late. Good night, mate.
No, I said too late.
Too late? What are you talking about? Too late?
I'm joking.
You're joking?
Yeah, you said when you were reading a comment, do you want this thing to be a XXX or PG-13?
So, what's going on, Raven? How's life treating you, brother?
It's been good. It's been great.
Well, it's good to hear. Looks like you doing the beard thing, and you know you're letting your hair come out all Grizzly Adams like. I like it.
I gotta give myself a haircut soon.
Do you cut your own hair?
No, I go. I'm frozen, aren't I?
No, well, your visual is, but we can still hear you.
Okay. No, if it's sometimes this should be a little bit better for a minute.
There you go. Yeah, we'll look at the pulsating orb of the raven for a little bit.
Of the Raven.
Yeah.
The Disney. A lot of people are so upset about how Disney is pushing an agenda on people, which now a lot of people are upset about it because you start seeing videos coming out about there are people that on the board saying they want all this stuff to be pushed on children and stuff like that, and it really is bugging the heck out of them. And what really started all this was the laws was the law that one parent showed this to DeSantis that a teacher was trying to teach kids how to be all this stuff, like transgender and stuff like that, and it really got people upset about it too. And when she started talking about it, they decided to pass a bill that protects parents' right to tell teachers you cannot teach that in schools.
Yeah, more or less. I don't think it's telling them how to be certain things. I mean that's a part of it, but I think another part of it is
it's also
teachers talking about, talking about it in general. I don't know. I don't know. I agree in a sense that there are certain things that you really don't want to discuss or talk about to a child of certain age. Like a child is so young. I wholeheartedly agree with that, and I back Florida's decision on that. But yeah, there's just it. I don't know. It just sucks that there's no middle ground on a lot of this stuff.
Well, it's like, okay, if this happened like in the 50s, the teacher would be put in prison because it's considered abuse of a child. And there are laws on the books in schools about school teachers that you cannot teach the stuff. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to push an agenda on the rest of the people, and it's really, really harder on a lot of people too, not understanding what's appropriate to teach kids and what's not.
I don't know if I'd want to be a teacher in today's society because they have to walk on eggshells so bad as it stands right now. It's not even remotely funny. But yeah,
I'm not disparaging the whole entire teachers. I mean, it's just a small minority of teachers doing this. The rest of the teachers are doing their job. That's what they're doing.
I think honestly, correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. You let me know what you think. I think instead of Disney trying to erase boys and girls and gender as a whole, considering they're a company that was founded and built on family and family values, wouldn't a better approach to this whole thing be, instead of being like welcome dreamers of all ages, wouldn't it be sticking with the original genre of welcome ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dreamers of all ages? Now you're including everyone, and I don't see how you could be offended by that. You know what I mean? Well, does that make sense?
It does, in a way. It does make sense, but it's like right now we got so much of this radical...
it's a way to appease, or try to include and be more accepting of those types of communities without taking away from the core group.
Well, Gil, there are videos out there that are exposing what Disney wants to do And even knowing Disney is not is just a what is it? A product that Walt Disney, the founder, because it was him that got with the governor of Florida back in the 60s to get this deal done so that they can build a city. They're not going to pack up Disney World. They're not going to move Disney World to another state. It's totally impossible.
Take care, Destination Chronicles. Much love to you. And thank you guys for bearing with us while we talk about something like that. Sometimes these sort of conversations just pop up. You know what I mean? It's on everybody's mind. Sometimes it's really good to talk about these things in a non-judgmental, very objective and logical manner. And with that, I want to welcome John Wild to the group. How you doing, buddy?
What's up? Can you hear me okay?
No, we can't hear you
perfectly.
Kidding.
Thank you.
Don't listen to Raven.
I've been having a lot of problems with this mic lately, so I just want to make sure everyone can hear me.
Yeah, you are being heard. Perfect.
Scrap Pallet Man's in the house, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thumbs up and a high five.
Scrap and
Where's your
Pallet
coffee,
Man.
John?
One of my heroes.
Scrap
it's
Pallet Man.
vast.
Amazing.
Oh, a Scrap Pallet Man.
Fishing time.
Guys,
we'll just watch some of his videos. That he's like doing a heck of a job and understand that a lot of people who do scrapping, it is very tough trying to get all the stuff.
Scrappers that I started watching, like when I first started out on YouTube, he's one of the first couple of people that I started watching. And at that time, he had like 3,000, 3,500 subscribers. And look at him now. I mean, he's got what? Close to 200,000 or more than 200,000.
He's rocking it. He is my first scrapping people I watched was Scrap and Pallet Man, Moose Scrapper. That's what got me into everything.
Me too.
And then I went from there. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. My broken toes are healing just fine. Hardly heard at all. Walking without a limp. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you broke your toes, man. Jesus.
Yeah, you didn't notice? Look at one of his videos when you leave, and you'll see that sometimes he walked with a limp. He's trying to avoid. I don't know how he messed up his foot, but he probably.
I got to catch up on your videos then, man. I'm sorry. I will definitely do that. I'm really sorry to hear that. I mean, did something drop on your toes or something, or did you run over your feet? You get. Wow. And congratulations on over 200,000.
Incredible.
I feel like I'm all over the place, but John, I got to get back to you. Do you have your 2 cents worth on the whole Disney and the whole LBGT NAACP stuff?
Okay. Well, my history in entertainment in the Central Florida is pretty vast. And yes, indeed, at one time I am pretty ashamed of it, but I did work for Disney. And when I was younger, and it's one of my darker days. But basically what this is, and I'm not a big fan of our governor. I really am not, and I'm not going to get into anything political, but this is just political retribution because Disney decided to speak out. And the only reason Disney spoke out is because they're trying to represent the thousands and thousands of employees. Well, they don't have employees. They don't have one employee, by the way. I didn't know if you knew that. Disney has no employees whatsoever. They have cast members. So you're not hired, you're cast in a role no matter what you're doing. Everything from being Mickey to washing dishes, it's cast in a role. Isn't that great? Anyway, so they're representing their people, and that's why they came out with this, because when Disney first came out with this whole, you know what I'm saying, they were kind of siding on the side of the governor at first, believe it or not. And then when Disney's employees got all frazzled, then they changed and flipped and said, well, you know, we're just keeping an open mind. We're just doing this. We're doing that. So the governor decided to throw some retribution back to them. And they're not the only ones. There's also a community in Central Florida called Lake Nona that is also in the same situation as Disney. They're trying to take their private community rights away as well as Disney. And basically, my take in it is this. Again, I'm not trying to get political, but
No, you're fine. You're fine. Go.
this, okay,
As long as
this
you're
whole
respectful
thing,
and all that fun stuff,
all
you
right,
say what you need to say.
okay, this whole thing, this whole don't say gay and all this other kind of stuff. First, we are from a generation where we went to school and learned writing, reading, and arithmetic. Okay.
Mhm.
We went and we learned what we had to learn to graduate on to college, to figure out what we want to do, and then graduate onto our lives. I don't understand why the school's throwing in all this extra googly glock. Everything that I've ever learned, aside from what you're supposed to be learning in school, personal issues in life, I learned from my parents. They were
Mhm.
really good to guide me through life and to support anything that I wanted to do, no matter what it was. Poor people. Anyway, I'm all this extra crap needs to be taken out of the schools, and we just need to prepare kids these days for college. That is what elementary, junior high. There's my age, junior high. It's called middle school today. Middle school and high school is all about preparing you for your college. And then when you get to
Right.
college, you go from there and leave all this extra BS out of it. And all of this won't happen. But my kick on it is Disney. Everyone has this fantasy about how Disney is, okay, and that they're such a wonderful partner to us locally here in Orlando, which can't be anything further from the truth. They only do what they absolutely have to do to help out the community. And of course, that's a big tax write-off for them. That anything they do is considered charitable through their charity organizations. They hardly lift a finger. We had a parade in downtown Orlando one time, and we begged Disney to bring some of their characters out. It was all about Orlando and the history of Orlando. And we were just so Disney's part of Orlando. Bring your characters out. They wanted to charge us. They wanted to charge us to bring a couple of their characters out to walk down the road and go, hey, 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 hey. So basically, we went to Universal Studios and they said, who do you need? Who do you want? You got them. So Disney is, and the residents here, they don't really help out. Their taxes that they pay, true, they do pay federal, state taxes, but most of their taxes go back to Reedy Creek. So they're paying themselves their own taxes, and they keep their own little, I'm not going to get too much into it, but the relationship
I
between
appreciate your
residents and
perspective,
Disney
John.
are very, very,
Well, see,
it's damaged.
okay,
It's strained.
hold on, John. What you're telling is partially true, but it also has to deal with the governor in Florida of 1967, 1968 that signed a deal with Disney so that they can get the Disney World up and running by 1971 when it officially opened.
Oh, that's true. Back then, the state of Florida wanted Disney, and it was a huge secret about what Disney was up to at first. It wasn't.
Yeah.
No one knew. And when the chicken was hatched and all this, the eggs cracked, and everyone found out, Florida wanted this bad because they knew that this would help grow Florida and the tax base, and everything was different then. This whole thing with Reedy Creek and all this stuff, this is manifested over the years, and it's gotten worse and worse, or better and better, whatever your perspective is. But no, at first we were open arms, and we even built Interstate 4 for Disney. So at first it was great. It was a great plan. I think if Disney wasn't so to themselves and so selfish and one-sided towards them and them only, and they were more of a community partner, I think things would probably look a little differently.
It wouldn't even matter, because a lot of people think that Disney is a good company to work for. It's not really a company. It's an organization that literally is based in California.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's a cast membership, and people are not employees of Disney. They are cast members, and a lot of people don't realize that's all they are. I mean, heck. And then when all this the boss goes about what they're doing in Disney started coming out, this is way before they wanted to try and change the laws of Florida. I mean, heck, they don't care about Florida. They really don't care about Floridians. They don't think They always think about themselves.
And
You know.
let me hit real quick. You said that Disney is a good place to work for. If you're a member of the union, it's an okay place to work for.
Yeah.
But other than that, it is a horrible place to work for. And believe me, I can tell you that from experience. And many people that I know who's worked for Disney can tell you that with experience. If you're a member of the union, you're doing all right. If you're not, then yeah.
Well, I mean, like you look at Disney World and you look at Disneyland, and you see two different sides of the same coin, and it's like, well, they're both Disney, and they should be helping the community. Well, see, Disney is not really based in Florida; it's based in California, and they get all their orders from the California.
I just can't wrap my hands around the fact that people want to stand in line for 2 hours for a 10-minute ride.
Oh,
I could never understand that.
Well, see,
I would never
like,
do that again.
Oh God, who would? I mean, I'm not.
The
I
other
don't know
day,
if that's true or not, B Lady. B Lady's asking a really interesting question, and I've heard about this, but I can't confirm it. Walt Disney was a huge fan of cryogenics, and was he indeed frozen? That's the question.
You got.
I love B Lady.
You got to look at some of these documentaries about Disney, and they're not really shining a really.
Well, can I
saying
shine
like how Disney
some light?
is so cool? So they're shining a different spotlight on them, and they're showing the real truth of what Disney has done.
Well, if he's cryogenically frozen, he's pretty cool. But let me
Thank
you. Let me throw some light on this as someone who knows a lot of people involved in the Disney family. Okay. I would hate to bust this myth. It is a myth. He is not cryogenically frozen. He was buried. He is gone. He is not frozen. He's in his grave. That's where he's at. And this comes from inside scoop with his family. They're all enjoying this rumor, this myth, so they let it just fly. But Disney, this is the funniest thing in the world. They have admitted to me, the people in the know, that Frozen was basically named Frozen. So when people now Google the word Disney and Frozen, nothing but the movie will come up rather than information about him being cryogenically frozen inside Cinderella's
That is
castle.
true.
That's
that
a true story.
Genius, man. That is genius.
That's a true story. They were going to call the movie something else. They decided to call it Frozen to help out with that.
Which Frozen, I'll tell you, some of the movies that I've seen from Disney are still good. But there's some that are so crappy that a lot of people hate.
There are things that I think that they are trying to like recash in on, like the live versions. I haven't watched a single live version of the cartoon movies they made, like The Lion King and this, that, and the other thing. I don't know. It turned me off when they did that because it just felt like they were just trying to cash in on it. You know, they were trying to milk that cow just a little bit more. I don't know. This is just
I'll tell you
my eye in the sky view of it, if you will. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I think you're right on. I actually was pretty amazed at that live action Lion King. I was blown away at the animation.
I agree with you there, John. I seen it. I really did enjoy the live action, and it prompted me to go back to see the cartoon more. Because when you see the cartoon and the live action, it seems like they're like in sync with each other, but sometimes you'll see difference.
Well, Disney, in the entertainment business now, we call Disney the destroyer.
Yes.
Whenever they buy something, they destroy it. They bought Fox, and now all the great programming on Fox have now been officially destroyed. The Simpsons, Family Guy, all these great shows that we're having a good old time with it. Now they've calmed them way down. Can't make fun of Disney much anymore. And you got to watch what you're saying, watch what you're doing. And they're the destroyer
kind of mentality.
Before the Simpsons, they used to have a guy called Abu. You know, the guy who was like at a like a 7-Eleven on.
Oh,
On
you're
the
talking
Simpsons.
about a pool?
Yeah.
This is not a library. This is the cricket mod. Yeah.
Well, see, I like that character, but a lot of people start finding out, oh, he's white. He should have been played by from another, and it doesn't really matter.
Dan Castellaneta is an excellent voice man. He does all kinds of things. That's ridiculous. I never heard that, but if that's true, that's ridiculous.
I got great memories of Disney growing up, and of course, as a kid, it's all about that wonder and that excitement, and
The magical kingdom.
the
and
magic,
stuff.
exactly, about the magical kingdom and stuff. But when you grow up and you start understanding the world a little better, you understand the intricacies of how things work and why people do some of the things that they do. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I just wish that there was a more tolerant, and I just wish that we were able to kind of work these things out a little better as a species, because it just seems like we get hung up on race and differences. Yeah. Humans are afraid of change and afraid of things that are different, and I just wish we'd evolved into something a little more enlightened.
Different thing to a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand that, yes, we are afraid of change. We are afraid of things. We can't be forced to accept some of these changes if we're like
no one ever had to say that you had to like the changes. It's just it's one of those things where prejudice and I don't know, higher evolved sense of mentality,
like he said, like John said, I don't think all the Disney cast members are against what's going on in Florida. There are people in Disney that are saying we do support Ron DeSantis, but then there's maybe a small minority that don't support him.
I really think in Florida it's probably the other way around.
Yeah,
there's a small minority that supports the governor, and there's a large majority that doesn't. The only problem is this majority that does not support him are usually young. And getting them out to vote, getting them out to get involved, all they want to do is bitch, but they don't want to do anything about it. And frankly, I think some of the things our governor has done has been right on the money, and some of the things he's done is not. I'm an environmentalist, and I love the environment in Florida, and Florida's environment is so fragile. It's probably one of the most fragile. Thank you.
Yes, it is.
One of the most fragile environments that we have in the United States is in Florida, because there's so much waterways and it all goes to the ocean and all this and that. And he has done some things that are not too environmentally friendly. And I know he's following down his path of his political agenda. But other than that, he's done some things. I'm really this and that. But if this is my message to everybody in the world, if you don't like it, do something to change it. Just don't sit on a fence and twiddle your thumbs and hope somebody else does the job for you.
I rather leave it up to the people who are in Florida. If they want to vote him back in, that's up to their decision. He's
running for president, so y'all gonna have to deal with him now.
Running. I don't think he's going to run for president. I'm telling you.
Oh, I do.
He will. That's why he's doing all this.
He'll run.
That is why he's doing this. He's putting his claws into
this
the
is
Republican
his mark.
Party.
This is his way of highlighting himself. Yeah.
Okay, just this year, just write in John Wild for your candidate. I'll do the job.
I would totally have you as a president. Absolutely.
Oh man.
We would no longer be called citizens. We would be called cast members. And
absolutely,
we would all be required to learn
cast members of the United States.
Hawaiian shirts will be mandatory.
That's right.
No.
This is how I show up at the press conference or at the Oval Office. I'll say, "Hey, peace, dude."
I'm only joking.
Are you a pineapple on pizza guy?
Absolutely.
No pineapple
you put pineapple on a pizza, I'll slap you. I will actually slap you. I will Will Smith your ass if I see you put pineapples on a pizza.
Oh my God,
Well,
Will Smith.
see,
He's another subject
That's
entirely. Hold
oh,
on.
I'll tell you,
Smith.
I tell you the idea that the reason why pineapple has been put on pizza is because of people in Hawaii saying, "Oh, why don't you do this? It tastes real good." It doesn't really taste that great.
My ex-wife used to put pineapples on the pizza, so that's another reason to say no. Just say no
Yeah.
to pineapple on pizza, please. Okay.
Pineapple is good at one thing, in my opinion:
What?
tenderizing steak.
Oh
That's
God, that's good.
Okay.
That's
I will give you that, and it's also good in an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, I'll give you
or
that.
the pineapple juice.
You see what I mean? Two sensible human beings, three sensible human beings come to agreement without any problems, prejudice, or bias.
Bullshit.
Oh, come on now. That's
I'm
what
about
I'm
to ruin
talking
it,
about.
though. I'm about to ruin it, though.
Uh-oh,
Best pizza
here
in the
it comes.
world is anchovies and pepperoni.
I'm going to tell you
Have
something.
you ever had anchovies?
I was
I
just
live
going
off
to say,
anchovies.
I'm going to admit something to everyone here and now. I've never had anchovies. I've never even tried them.
Oh
What?
God, they are.
It's
Okay. Your job
It-
today is to order a Papa John's pizza with anchovies and pepperoni and tell me what you think. Do a live video. Do a video taste test.
Yeah, but do most pizza shops even still have that as an option?
All pizza shops do. It's very
Really?
popular.
They do. It's
Yes.
just that you have a choice. I mean, a lot of people like to put different things on their pizzas.
I will order a very small pizza with anchovies and a lot of extra cheese.
Personal
And
opinion.
anchovies, maybe sausage.
Well, anchovies
whatever.
and pepperoni, try that first. Anchovies and
Yeah.
pepperoni.
okay, yeah, because the pepperoni will help.
does.
Maybe
It does.
It'll help get it down.
Everyone-
I'll tell you this. I had anchovies. We used to have a Papa John's here, but they went out of business. And I tried their anchovies pizza. It was okay in the first thing, but it was just too damn salty. It's the anchovies that was salty.
Anchovies are salty, so you have to get used to that, Gil.
Yeah.
If you don't like salty stuff, you might have an issue with it, but try
I
it
love
anyway.
salty
You never
stuff.
know.
I also
there you
love
go.
cheesy stuff. So.
In reality, it wasn't really a bad pizza. It was pretty good because it also had pepperoni on it and sausage. It didn't really make a difference where it's where the meat is just the because it's just like the saltiness of the anchovies and
Who
a lot of people
who
don't
said that it made
realize-
him sick? I didn't mean to interrupt.
That
you.
was Net 1000.
set one
Oh,
1,000.
sorry. Maybe you got a bad batch.
Yeah, and if you
It
don't
is
get
fish.
it,
Well, and that's possible. It could be bad fish. I don't know. When anybody tries something once and then like, oh, that's disgusting, I'm never gonna eat it again. I'm like, no, you can't do that. You got to try it a couple of different ways and a couple of different dishes from a couple of different cooks, because the way it was cooked up may not have been to your liking. You know, if something was boiled versus baked or baked versus grilled or whatever, there are other ways of cooking some things that make it taste better.
yeah.
And somebody might have turned something into rubber and you had a bad experience with it and didn't like it and said you'd never have it again, when it could have been your most favorite thing in the world if it was cooked correctly.
Chocolate Coke on pizza
What?
Chocolate cake?
or chocolate cake on pizza.
Chocolate cake minus the cake. I love it. I love it. Okay. Guys, I want to take a moment, and I feel weird because he's in the panel. But I want to say, you really should check out John Wild's channels. And I would encourage you to put your channels in the chat as well. John Wild has a variety of different YouTube channels, and he also is on all sorts of social media. He's very talented. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He is a very environmentally friendly dude. Okay, the eco guy, is one of his YouTube channel
I've seen
names.
some of his videos.
Make sure you check him out. Okay, I'm a scrapper. I'm a recycler. He's a good guy. So check him out. Check his channel out after you check him out, and then go from there.
Check me out, baby. Hey, thank you so much. That's so sweet.
I want to thank
Get rid of your fake
the little
tears.
people and the big guy, bald guy up top.
Makes me want to grow a beard.
Oh, Jesus. Toy Man, how you
Well,
doing, buddy?
We only have 2 guys who have
Thank
the
you,
full
by the way,
beard,
Gil.
but this
That was
guy
sweet.
down here,
Of course.
John Wild,
Anytime.
needs to grow one.
You know what? People have been telling me. I used to sport a mustache and a beard. I used to shave it in Tony Stark style. You've seen that, right?
Like a goatee?
Yeah, but I used to do his style until one morning I woke up and there was gray all over it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Goodbye.
So you got 2 choices. Shave it off or dye it.
Okay,
I think it's kind of hard to keep on dyeing it every time, because when you start dyeing something like that, like a beard, you really are stripping more of the color off of your beard. And
Well, like it really matters. I don't want gray. I mean, no offense to
Well,
people that are gray and love it, but I don't love it.
No, the whole point of dyeing one's hair is because you're not satisfied with the color it is currently. Let's be honest.
Hey, I dye other things purple, so I might as well dye my beard and mustache purple.
knowing I have kind of my eyebrows are kind of black and a little bit of color here on the sides.
I don't know. You look completely black to me right now. Oh, now you look like a bird.
I like this salt and pepper look I got going on. So
It looks good on you.
Yeah,
you sport that very well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
You got the this coming down right here. It's kind of badass.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You
Yeah,
should've never
because
sold
this
your
has always
motorcycle.
been here, and it's all white at this point. This I hardly ever grow. Hi, Sky. How you doing, baby? So I've got this 2-tone thing going on right now. How you doing, sweetheart? Good girl. I love you too.
Yeah, that's it does you well. It's kind of badass. That's why you should have never sold your bike. You could be a badass biker going down the road. By the way, did you ever sell it?
Huh?
Did you ever sell the bike?
Yeah. Oh, it sold.
So
It sold
sad.
within 24 hours.
Oh, that's so
after
sad.
I had to. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where I wasn't riding it. I had no one to really ride with. My father didn't ride anymore, which is the primary reason I had it. I was bonding with my dad with it, and I just couldn't let it sit in the garage when somebody else would love to enjoy that. You know what I mean? And have that same bond with somebody else, ride with someone else. So I sold it. And not to mention, I needed a new roof. So it's going to help with that too.
Oh, well, yeah. Roof over bike, it's okay. It's understandable.
Yeah, priorities had to prevail at some point. But I'm not saying I'll never own a bike again. I do plan on, buying, a new Harley at some point. I want to get
go ahead.
an electric glide.
Oh, well, see, this might be a perfect opportunity for you to get yourself a rat rod and, really, really do it upright with a rat rod. I mean, go out and just be totally badass. What's that movie with Mel Gibson in the desert?
Mad Max?
Yeah, do a Mad Max rat ride bike and just go out and just be badass with it. That's my thing to you. That's what you should do.
You're
Especially
very
with this
inspirational, my friend. Very.
Thank you. Those would be interesting videos of you riding around with that where you live. Oh yeah. And make sure you kick off the pipe too, so you're nice and loud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People would hear me coming a mile or so down the road.
Sorry, I have that effect on people.
Yeah.
I show up in
Well,
the room,
ladies and
everyone's like,
gentlemen,
starts coughing.
it's a little over an hour into the stream. I'm probably going to end it here. I do need to pick up a whole bunch of scrap and fix my daughter's car. She's very much looking forward to it now that she sees the tires in there and the bearing assembly in there, and she wants a new inspection sticker on her car. And you don't want to disappoint your wife and your daughter. Those are two things in life that you learn very quickly after becoming a husband and parent. So with that being said, you want to say any last words, John?
Peace, love, and strength. Everyone take care. And I'll see you on my channels, I hope.
All right.
Because
I'll
see you guys on
with
yours.
With any luck, guys, we're going to collaborate a little bit more. I'd love to have John on the channel more. Maybe we can do some co-hosting things every now and then. I'd like to get his channel a little bit more recognition, and maybe he can help Skillz, poof up the numbers too. So
that means I got to get a bunch of hats, and then every time someone says hat, I got to change it.
You need a Kermit mask too. Don't forget
Oh,
the Kermit.
hell no.
All right. You guys
All
have a
right.
wonderful afternoon, weekend, and all that fun stuff. Take care, everybody.
Take care.